my question is this idea of like the boss chick and independent black woman, and
Mhm.
has that
Has it
helped?
served us? Is that
Yeah,
the question?
yeah.
Has that served
Is it
us?
helpful, or is it destroying the black family ecosystem?
I think you have to say on some level it's destructive to a traditional black family ecosystem. I think just the facts bear that out, right? So that's not feelings, that's not subjective. That's just the reality is, as you just pointed out, there is a huge numbers gap between black women that are buying homes at almost twice the rate of single black men,
Hmm.
that are graduating from undergrad and professional schools at sometimes 6, 7 times the rate of our brothers. And by the way, if you ask most black women, that's not something that we enjoy or appreciate. Like, it's not a situation, and I think that's another misconstruction and a misassumption, that black women are out here strategically competing against black men. No, sir. We, most of us, want to be in relationship with black men, and so it's in our interest, even selfishly. So not necessarily from this altruistic place of, oh, we just want to see our brother succeed. There's that for sure, but there's a self-interested element of that, right? That says, if I'm a black woman and I want to have black children with a black man and live in a house with a black husband and do and buy properties and travel the world and enjoy my life alongside a black man, I would like him to be similarly positioned to me socioeconomically, so that that partnership feels comfortable and feels safe from a fiscal place, and maybe some other places too. So let me just spend a little time on that, because I was talking to a very good girlfriend of mine who's one of your typical clients, as you described, for early 40s, making 500K plus, single, da, da, da. And there's a lot of thought that women like her, myself even, of course, are materialistic. And that's why when we say we are attracted to this type of man, or we prefer to date this kind of man that has similarly, notice hardly any of us are saying we need a man to make more than us, or we need a man to take care of us, or we need a man to pay our bills. No, really, truly, hand to God, we really just really would love to be partnered with someone who is similarly positioned.
Well, let me. Like, can I just interject one thing? Because
Yep.
this is going to be controversial, but this is, I think, important.
Yeah.
So the problem with this is that, all right, so a 35-year-old single woman who's making $400,000 a year, right? And that they're looking for their equal counterpart, and that makes sense, right? But it's like the difficult part about that is that the equally yoked man who's 35 that's making $500,000, he's probably already in a relationship. He's probably married.
Yeah.
The ones that's not married, they're not necessarily looking for somebody that's 35. They're
Oh, I
looking
know
for
that.
the 28-year-old. So now it's like,
Mhm.
okay, you're either forced with a decision to just remain single or look down. Now there is the truck drive. Now there's the UPS man who's a great man, but who's making $80,000 a year, right?
Mhm.
Because now it's equal. It's hard to find that equal counterpart. Men, you could be 50 years old, and it's not the age doesn't really matter. But
No, and I've
women,
said this, and this is controversial, right? That because of the way society values gender roles, right? So the way in which we find a woman attractive, what are we really talking about under that? And it doesn't hurt my feelings. Let's just say it. People across the spectrum culturally, but we're talking about black people, so let's center that. Black women are assessed around our beauty, our aesthetic, physical beauty, and there's biological reasons for that, and our fertility and our youth. Those are the main things that a man is going to be assessing when deciding if you are for him. And then it's going to be the quote soft skills. It's going to be, do you make him feel loved, catered to, loyal? Are you relatively non-confrontational? Not too much pushback or challenges around ideas and decisions. And those are the things that would really make you just highly desirable in the dating market as a woman. Now let's go to men. What makes a man highly desirable in a dating market? Um, it is going to be financials. It's going to be your ability to provide financially and fiscally. It's also going to be your physical, kind of your stature. Like, there's a reason why, this 666 thing, I think that's really corny, but whatever. But there's a reason why a lot of women will swipe right on men that are at least 5'10", 6 feet. They want to feel there's some physical dominance coming from a man. Then you've got, just kind of age. There's a reason why older men, like you just said, bro, like 50 plus, that's not a deterrent for most women, because that presumes more stability. That presumes you've lived life longer and you can probably protect and know and help and navigate these spaces better and more effectively than I can in my youth. So you're right. Kind of the way in which we assess and evaluate value as men versus women create an inherent conflict. I will add one little caveat though to the scenario you laid out, where you've got these 35 and up women who've got these, big incomes and degrees and all this stuff, but we're not necessarily as desirable to the men that are our age and financial equal, which is why personally, I enjoy dating older men, because at 40, if I'm dating a man who's 56, there's more likelihood that he will appreciate some aspect of youth around me. Now, that same 56-year-old get a 28-year-old, it's possible. But I'm living this. I'm not just talking and writing about it, guys. I'm out here living this, and I have been for the last 4-ish years since I ended my engagement. I do find that can be a sweet spot for some women that are in that like 38 to 45-year-old range. Dating older men can kind of give you back some of that advantage around you.
Because when I'm listening to it, I'm trying to figure out, there's plenty of women who are in that scenario right now when we're talking about socioeconomic factors. Is that the compromise? Or even, I don't even want to use the word compromise. Is that?
I think you better think about it. I think you're damn sure, because I got girlfriends that and sorority sisters that don't like to date those men. There's exactly what you said. They're 40. They want to date a 40-year-old. They don't have kids. They don't want him to have kids. Right. So one of the reasons, I'm sure we'll get into this, you guys know I've been very public that I am deep into my single motherhood by choice journey. I'm having my child as we speak. Like, that process is well underway. And one of the reasons I'm doing that is because I date older men. And you know what the situation of older men are? They've had their children. Their children are grown. Their children might even be in college or beyond. So a 56-year-old man, even a 58-year-old man, is not inclined to want to change Pampers and warm bottles. Okay. He's done that. Right. So I'm not going to say, because I was doing that. Like, before I decided to do this journey, I was like 37, 38, and I was dating these like 52, 53-year-old guys, a lot of them in finance, a lot of them in, having businesses. And they were like, love you, definitely would be with you, would even marry you. But baby, oh no, no. So I kept running into that. Like, there were like 3 guys in a row that was the scenario. So it's like, now I got a decision to make. How bad do I want to be a mother? I had to assess that, because if that's kind of optional, then what he's proposing is a good scenario. Let's go live life, and I still boss out and be a great career woman, and we travel and go to the St. Bart's and Saint Tropez and live a great life. But if I really want to be a mother, and I had to make a different decision, which is let me go have my child, and then we can have more of a companion relationship with these older guys that have already raised their children and lived their lives. And that's probably the path I'm on. Yeah. But yes, to the front end of your question, what do we do as middle-aged, let's say that, let's just own it, right? Middle-aged Black women who are highly educated with these high incomes based on societal averages. We've essentially priced ourselves out of the market. And when I say, I mean, in a lot of ways, we priced ourselves out of the market in terms of our incomes many of the time. Because think about it, like, let's just talk. You guys are numbers guys for real, right? When you're talking about making $500,000 to $750,000 a year in some cities, you're talking about being in the 1% to 2% of income earners of the whole society.
Yes.
As period, not just as Black women, like period. Like, when you make $750,000 a year or more in New York City, you're earning in the top 1% of New York City, even compared to white men, compared to Black men, compared to anybody. So now that's a small pool anyway. And now you're telling me that I want somebody that's earning in the top 1% alongside me, and I want him to, potentially not have children and want to have more children. It's too much. So yes, we do have to start making strategic, whether you want to call it compromises or settling or Mr. Good Enough, or I don't give a damn what you call it, but we have to start deciding what's important. So for me, being a mother is important. For me, maintaining a high income so that I can maintain autonomy and the ability to say no to any shit I don't want to tolerate is important. I don't give a damn who feel a way about it. It's important to me. Money is power no matter who has it. You better know that. Okay. How many women right now or men are in domestically violent situations because they don't have the capacity financially to leave and go anywhere else, or they, would love to leave a unfulfilling relationship? Because I love how people always act like people that, are in that middle to low income range. They're all good people. They all love their mamas and they're all perfect partners, right? Get the fuck out of here. No.
For real.
Unhappy, right? Let's stop that Tyler Perry bullshit. The reality is a lot of them are unhappy in those relationships.
They're stuck together.
We just spoke about this.
Literally, they cannot fiscally look at these interest rates. Look at these rental rates.
Can't afford to go anywhere.
New York, because I was paying $6,000 a month rent for a 1-bedroom apartment. Get the hell out of here. So let me go ahead and get this mortgage situation going. So, those are some of the things. So you can't have it all. I don't care who you are, man or woman, but you can have a lot of what you want if you're willing to tell the truth about what that is and what that looks like.